Hello, it's so lovely to be back. I really missed you guys. I just love connecting in this way and just sharing my heart, sharing my experiences. And right now I have this really sweet cat on my lap. the the Divine Mother has guided me to this adobe sanctuary very close to Zion National Park. And it also happens to be an informal yet very official cat rescue. So every time I go outside, I'm just like surrounded by an entourage of cats that are just like so happy to just rest with me. And sometimes this one in particular, he likes to curl up on my lap and just relax. And he's a pro rester. Like, I just took a picture of him in the grass and he was just so deeply rested. And that's one of the ways, cats are just such masters at being all the way at rest. And that's one of the ways they're teachers. It's this very holy land that I'm on. I feel very honored to be here. The woman who built this adobe years back, she was actually a very holy woman. And in the room I'm staying in the adobe I'm staying in, she would wake up and meditate for 2.5 hours every single morning. That's what her daughter has told me. And her daughter now runs the cat rescue here, and there's another Airbnb on the premises. And it's just it's a really lovely place to connect to God. It's also it has a transformative energy that is very palpable here. Not only has this woman who built it, I believe she built it with her husband, not only has she cultivated lots of grace and lots of light through her meditative practices, and I forget who the saint that she or the guru who was her teacher. It was Sri. I wish I could remember. I'll bring that through at some point, because I'd like to connect to that teacher as well, to that guru saint type of transmission. And I am connecting to it. It's just, it would be nice to kind of ground it into the physical with knowing the name. But yeah, between, all the grace that she's cultivated here, and it's also so close to Zion National Park, which to me is this tremendously powerful energy vortex. And I feel the energy of Zion as a very masculine type of energy. Divine, like a divine masculine energy. It's very penetrating. Between all of that, there's just a lot of transformative energies going on here. There's a lot of light. And I can feel it already pulling up and showing me different parts of my own unconscious, my own subconscious. It's just showing me deeper layers of things within myself that are ready to be released. Deeper layers of fear and terror and this wanting to control everything energy. All this stuff is just essentially rooted in fear. And so being here, it's a bit like being in a pressure cooker. It's like, all right, you either can surrender yourself, in a sense, the self that's resisting the light, the self that's resisting letting go of fear, or you can get cooked. It's like, you're either surrendering or the light's just going to cook these parts of you out of you. And that's what energy vortexes like Zion National Park and Sedona. I believe it's Mount Shasta. I mean, there's a lot of them. Tulum. That's what they're really good for. They're really here to serve you, to help you surrender aspects of yourself that we could say are the lower aspects that maybe you've outgrown. And now there's this really playful kitten coming around. He's the baby. I'm glad he's not being so disruptive. I thought for sure he was going to be disrupting this video as much as he could. But yeah, I just wanted to check in, let you guys know what's going on. I also feel this heart guidance to lower the prices of my one-on-one sessions while I'm here, because it's such a idyllic place to connect in that way. And there's so much light flowing through, and there's just like, my heart just wants to share all of this light that's coming through. Feeling so much grace when I say that. And I just want to make myself more accessible. I kind of want, it's like I want to make the light here that's coming through me, I want to make that light more accessible to those of you that want to connect. And so, yeah, I'm going to go put my prices, I think, lower than I put them in a very long time. And I think I'll open up more spots. I feel guided, like that is part of the reason I'm here. And is like, I'm going to feel really nourished by all of this light. And that, you know, I just want to pass that on, and make light more accessible. So yeah, random dog just started walking down the street there. So the cats are a little bit scrambled. Yeah, what else? Is there anything else I want to share? I just wanted to bring through my experiences. Yeah, and it was so beautiful when I got here. And I was talking to the owner of the land, and she was telling me about her mother. Well, she had asked me, like, hey, what do you do? And I said, well, I'm a writer. And I looked at her, and I just felt like, yeah, I want to share this part too. And I said, I'm also a spiritual guide. And she's like, oh my gosh, I really love that. You know, my mother, this is when she started telling me about her mom and her mother's life and her mother's devotion to the path, to God. And when she started telling me that, we were in her mother's room where her mom would meditate every morning for the 2.5 hours. And I just started getting so flooded in full body chills and goosebumps. And I just felt waves of grace coming through. And I was sharing that with her, with the daughter. And she was like, oh my gosh, now you're giving me chills. And we were just saying, I was like, yeah, that's your mom. That's her grace. And I actually felt a lot of egoic hesitation to coming here. A lot of egoic doubt, like, is this the right thing? I don't know. A lot of fear was coming up. My ego was actually not letting me book this place for a couple of days. Lots of chills right now saying that. But I really had to tune into my heart space. And I really had to let my heart take me here. Even amidst all like the fear of coming here from the egoic nature. And as I was pulling up a few blocks away, I started to feel all this grace descend into my crown. And I started to just really know, like, oh yeah, I'm really meant to be here. It's like, you could say her mother's grace pulled me here along with the Divine Mother, and my guides pulled me here. It's like, yes, this is the place that I'm meant to be right now, for my own transformation, for my own spiritual growth. And sure, it will be challenging in some ways because I'll have to surrender a lot. But, you know, I'm looking forward to opening to this experience and to embracing all the grace and all the light that's here. It's here for me and my growth. So yeah, we'll sign out there. I'm gonna go update my prices right now. So if booking a session is something you've been called to do with me, but you looked on the site, you're like, oh my gosh, that's too much money. Yeah, just give it another look and see if it's something that's more accessible to you now, and if it's something that your heart feels really excited about. I would be truly honored to meet with you in that way. And let me see if this guy wants to say bye. Would you like to say bye? Hello. This is the guy I took the picture. Yeah, he's like, okay, that was enough of the deep rest. And maybe when I write something, when something comes through here and I post it on the community page, I'll use the picture of this guy. And yeah, he's just such a sweetheart. So, all right, until next time, thanks for being here. Sending you all so much love. Yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Namaste.